Just seen Luke smash the British record. He wants the American record again.
Here we go.
Solid clean. Now he needs to commit.
Can we see the split? Oh. And we can see there.
I think it's a tricep, possible tricep injury there. See him grabbing it. He didn't have the height at all compared to his first attempt. And I think, unfortunately, we may have an injury there.
So it's common within the strongman game. These injuries do occur when we're hitting top weights. These athletes are really pushing their bodies to the absolute extreme, and obviously going for a record there. He's put himself on the line. Looks like it's a tricep injury, but this is part and parcel of the sport.
What is going on, everybody? So this week for the YouTube video, we are switching things up a little bit, and I got the chance to sit down with my surgeon, Dr. Ziegler, who repaired my tricep back in October. It was really awesome to get to chat with him, give him an update on where I'm in my recovery, as well as get an idea of really what he saw when he opened up my arm, and the outlook on the rest of the 2020 season. So without further ado, check out me chatting with my surgeon.
So I'm recording this right now. Hopefully gonna kind of post some of this, for my fans to see. So I want you to just give a quick description of what you saw when you got in. Like, we'll talk about the MRI a little bit and what it looked like on film, and then kind of what you saw when you opened up my arm.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think I gave you a kind of a description after surgery that you remembered even, and but honestly, it looked like a firecracker went off in your triceps tendon. It was just shredded. And I mean, to be honest, you guys that do this type of powerlifting and strongman competition, you put loads on your tendons that the average man and woman just does not. So it's superhuman. It really is. So when you ruptured it, it didn't just tear off bone. It really kind of exploded in some sense, and it made it interesting, and it made it challenging. But I like that kind of stuff. So I'm glad to see that you're doing well and you're making progress.
Yeah, I like to give you a little bit of a test at least.
You have to. Right? If it ain't hard, it ain't fun.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, as far as like moving forward, I think like the biggest thing we're kind of battling right now is like this last 5 degrees of extension. So I'll stand up and I'll show you where I'm at. So this is me going, flexion's good, extension can get to about there, and then I just still have that.
Yeah.
So we're just kind of battling, but passively I can get to full extension with no issues.
Right.
And what's strange too is if I'm loaded, so if I take a 5-pound dumbbell or, and press it overhead, I can get to full extension. Well,
that's more important than probably anything. I mean, I think a lot of muscle recruitment's happening right now. I mean, again, part of this process too is when you don't use it, you'll lose it for a while, but we have to let the tendon heal. And now we have to wake up all those muscles again. And you're not the only one that goes through it. Other patients that I have that aren't strongmen like you, but have to have a tendon heal back to bone. We have to allow that to happen first, and then we have to get their muscles to kind of reactivate and strengthen. So, I mean, for being 3 months out from a tear like that, to be doing what you're doing and to have the motion that you have, I mean, you owe yourself a lot of credit because you're putting the hard work in. My part of this process was easy. Your part was hard.
Yeah, no, it's been good. I think the weird thing too is like, I think with having 4 anchors in my olecranon,
yeah,
a big thing for me was like the fear of feeling that pull.
Yeah.
Because that freaked me out for probably like 6 weeks. It was just, because, with a normal arm, you don't feel that tendon pulling on that olecranon to get that extension and get that activation going. And to feel that, it's been really weird. And now we're actually battling a bunch of scar tissue on the olecranon right now, and a little bit of bursitis too, just because there's so much crap there right now.
Right. And I kind of anticipated that, although I'll be honest with you, your motion came along faster than I thought it would. And I think part of that early on is I just reinforced the repair so much that I don't put people in splints. I don't put people in casts or anything like that, because the elbow scars so easily, and you have to be careful in elbow surgery to prevent that. But I think you'll put through it. I think you're doing the right things. I mean, you got a lot of people in your corner, which is fortunate.
So now the big question is, competition timeline. So we're mid-January right now.
Right.
It's rumored that there's going to be a competition that I'll be getting an invite to beginning of April.
Okay. I think it's doable.
I think my goal with that it's not to go win.
Yeah.
It's just to kind of go get my feet wet again and build some confidence going into some of the bigger shows that aren't really scheduled to happen until mid to late May at the earliest.
Right. I think that's completely doable for you. I mean, you'll be right about 6 months out or close to.
Yeah, I think it'll be 1 week shy of 6 months.
Yeah. And I think what you do over the next 2 months, you're gonna make so much progress. I mean, as this triceps, as it really starts waking up, as it really starts being utilized more and more, you're gonna get that activation back. You're gonna notice it kind of blossom like your other side again, right? And really get some power back into it. I'm confident in the 3 months that we gave it sufficient time for that tendon to heal, and we really have to. I mean, especially with the tear that you had, it was. You're right, 4 anchors, 11 sutures. I mean, I just weaved as much as I could into it and got it down. And when I was done, I mean, I was pretty happy with the outcome. And the rest was really left up to you in a large respect, but I knew you were going to be the guy that could do it. And again, you have a lot of people in your corner, so that's helpful.
Yeah, it was nice when I did my first follow-up out here in Washington. I showed the surgeon your work, and he was very impressed by it. So he said you did a great job.
Well, you can tell him thank you if you see him again.
Yeah, absolutely. I have I've seen him 3 times so far. They've been keeping a close eye on me, which has been good. Yeah. And so I have my last appointment with him is mid-February, just as a final check-in and a kind of pat on the back out the door as they discharge me for good. But the nice thing is I have a great team of sports rehab, chiros and PTs and stuff that are working on me as well. So rehab has been my job.
Awesome. Well, I mean, you're doing good work of it. Now I think you're progressing just as I would have hoped. I mean, I want you to get back to competition. Right? The reason I do what I do and why I like it is not to restrict people from doing what they want. It's just to get people back to doing what they want. And you're well on your way. So I couldn't be happier for you.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you. How's everything with you going?
Things are good, man. Kids are growing. I got 2 little ones. I got a 9-month-old and a 2.5-year-old, and that's kind of my life is chasing these 2 around. And
so you're busy. You're busy.
Yeah, I'm busy. But, my work has been going well. I've been doing my thing out here. I wish that you and I would have had more chance to follow up. It was weird doing a surgery, seeing you 2 weeks later, and then see you later, pal.
I know.
But it's been nice being able to watch your progress online, and I'm happy for you.
Yeah, thank you. No, I'll tell you, it's also been nice to see like my general strength hasn't really gone down.
Yeah.
You
kept on it. You kept on it. I mean, I was watching videos of you doing stuff, and I'm like, geez. I'm like, ease up a little bit, pal. But you figured out how to do it, and you didn't lose your fitness as a result.
Yeah, and that's been the biggest thing. Being able to keep my deadlift somewhat respectable and still squatting and working the right arm and just trying to make the most of it. Because to be totally honest, so I took an entire month off from the gym after surgery.
Yeah.
Didn't do a single workout, and that's the first time I've ever done that in the 11 years I've been doing this sport.
Sure.
And this, I think, injuries like this, I think they put a lot of things into perspective. Yeah. And moving forward, changes in habits that I need to make and, to make sure that I'm still successful 5-10 years down the road if I'm still competing.
Right. and you bring up a good point, like and a good thing for your fans and colleagues in the sport to know, and they know it too, but you have the right perspective on things. You know that this is a sport that people are prone to injury. It's kind of part of what you do, and your attitude about it, and just the way that you kind of keep an optimistic viewpoint on things is going to help you in the long run as well. I mean, you know, it's a setback, sure, you got it repaired. I think we did a good job for you. You did a good job for yourself, and going through the process and not giving up. And I, you know, my goal is to get you back to where you were and even better. So, you know, you're the kind of guy that can do it.
I love it. No, I'm super excited. I feel good. You know, like I said, the arm. What I'm starting to notice is just like the level of fatigue in my tricep now. It comes on so fast. You know, yesterday I was doing an upper body workout with just a barbell, just pressing overhead, doing some reps, and you know, then got to the point where I had to do my rehab exercises of just some, you know, skull crushers with literally using a 16-ounce water bottle. That's what I'm using. And like, I get through, like, you know, the pressing was fine, and then I get into the isolation movements, and I'm like 3-4 reps in, I'm like dying.
You'll get there. I mean, it's part of this process. You didn't use this triceps for 2 to 2.5 months, really. I mean, you really didn't do anything. And there's a lot of detriment to the muscle itself from that, but you can get that, you know, you can get that back. It just takes time. It's kind of a, you know, when I do an ACL reconstruction, which is something completely different than what you had, but it takes them about a year to get their quads back. So it's just a recovery time. I often don't let football players or soccer players go back to their sport for almost a year. It's really based on them getting their quad strength back to their other side. It just takes time. I wish everything we did, you know, 1 week later, you're back doing what you want. We would all be happy.
You'd be making a lot more money than you are right now, too.
I'd be happy. I'd love to see people get back. That'd be enough in itself. But it's a recovery process. But, you know, I mean, by and large, if you're committed to it, you can do it. And I'm glad we got you in soon too. You know,
yeah.
You knew we had mutual friends, and we got you in the operating room as quick as we could.
Yeah, no, and that was the biggest help. You know, I mean, being able to have surgery pretty much a week after the injury happened. You know, just trying to limit the amount of scarring that happened after the tear and really just get in there and fix everything, you know, definitely set me on the right course to be successful in my return.
Yeah. And I don't know if I told you this, but I remember when I did your surgery, I got done with it, and I looked around the room, and I'm like, yeah, his triceps almost as big as mine. But
I love that.
It honestly looked like I was operating on a knee, and I was looking at someone's quad. You got a big arm, pal.
I mean, I'll take that as a compliment. That's great.
Good for you. Good for you.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Ziegler. I really appreciate you checking in on me. You know, being able to keep this relationship going after the surgery has been huge. It's been awesome to be able to bounce ideas off you and kind of keep you updated on my recovery and everything. So, you know, thank you. It's really awesome to have you in my corner. I appreciate it.
I appreciate it. I'm happy to be there, and I wish you all the best. Okay.
Awesome. Thanks. Well, we'll definitely talk soon. I'll keep you updated on the competitions, and I'll send you some fun videos once I'm pressing logs again.
Let's do this.
All right. Thanks, man.
Take care, pal.
Have a good one.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
So there you have it. Obviously was not a run-of-the-mill tear by any means. You know, it definitely put a lot of things into perspective for me. You know, obviously I knew that the tear was bad, but I think having this conversation again after the fact, kind of, you know, hit it home a little bit more of the damage that I actually did. But that being said, on the other end of things, I'm feeling good, feeling strong, training again, and ready to attack the competitions this year. So excited. And thank you all for all the support throughout my recovery. It's been absolutely amazing. As always, check out all the sponsors down below in the description. Gymshark for your clothing, Animal Pack for supplements, and everybody else that's noticed down there. And as always, please like the video, comment below, share this as much as possible, and subscribe to the channel so we can keep bringing you amazing content. Until next time, peace out.